Greetings, one and all, to the most cursed, most cringiest corner of the internet. A YouTube channel content creator, actively alienating everyone, in both the analog and digital world. Well, welcome and good evening, wonderful dice of all alignments. I'm Lunar D8, and here's a spoiler. That person in the back, that's the Departed. But I feel like at this point in the story, it should just be Michio Kinikawa's face instead of that. I wonder if we'll ever meet the ghost of the real Michio Kinikawa as I double check OBS. Okay. Double check OBS again. Okay. I don't remember what we're doing. Fox Forest. Gotcha. Let's check these places. There's no one here. Never would have expected that one of the student council kids would turn out to be the Departed. Mashita, we still can't be sure yet. You're a trusting person, so of course you want to believe otherwise. I'll give you more time to think, but Yashiki, don't you dare look away from the truth. I don't want to end up cursing your name. Yeah, I know. There's no need to stay here. I assume Miss Sakamoto's probably dead. There's no one here. There's no one here. That means no one will report anything, even if we wreak havoc on the school. No, don't do that, is what I want to say. But just looking at the situation, honestly, anything can happen. Preparing yourself for the worst, huh? Well, I'm not going to hold back either. When do you ever hold back, though? There's no need to stay here any longer. Library. There's no one here. Hey, what are you examining now? We've already examined this place a lot of times. I won't get any new info. Are you trying to say it's going to take a lot of legwork to get more clues? Yep, glad it's gotten through your skull. Thanks to a certain ex-detective's draconian training. There's no need to stay here any longer. Building. So what is your idol animation, Mashito?
I'm
waiting. Also, I think we're far enough into the game to say this. Everyone out there, which of the 3 Deathmark games do you think is the best, or the one you enjoyed the most? I feel they're all equal. And each one's a bit unique, and they're like I was very thrown off with this whole running around mechanic, but it's been very interesting. It's its own unique mix-up of uncomfortable.
Yoshi.
Take it easy on, I'd rather have them temporarily close the school. Kinda just trying to look around for any extra items to get some sort of buff. If I can get one more sacred item, maybe that'll make a big difference. So I'm pretty sure this is the final chapter. Wonder if we'll get a cameo from any of the characters in the second game, or Mary, or any of this. Anybody, I don't know. Yeah, I know I kind of started to forget to read everything.
Yoshi.
Well, I've made zero progress in trying to find any lost teeth. Possibly get some sort of boost. Wrong way. The light illuminating the ground is reflecting off something. Bend over and pick it up. That's what I've been trying to find. Because I should be able to get one more sacred item.
Yoshi.
And that!
Yoshi.
Massive statue of the Guardian Fox stands here. It's darkened, which gives the impression that it's been here for quite some time. Guardian Fox, I guess I should call it a messenger of the gods. We might find a clue to the location of the Mushikami Shrine. We better inspect it. Bet this fox was originally put here to protect Mushikami Shrine. Well, the fox is usually known as a messenger of the Inari Shrine in other parts of Japan. I guess it's different in this area. Can't seem to find anything unusual about it, even though to thoroughly inspect it. Now that this fox is going to start talking, what do we do now? How long are you going to keep staring at the statue? You tried checking the pedestal? Oh, you're right. I direct my flashlight toward the weathered pedestal and inspect it, as Masashi watches with a look of annoyed disbelief. It looks like there are some letters written on the bottom part of the pedestal. This might lead us to the location shrine. Let's try and read it. Read. Try reading the letters on the bottom of the pedestal. However, damn, I can't read anything with all the mold covering it. The hell? Just brush it off then. I tried, but it didn't come off at all. It must be stuck on good since it's been growing undisturbed for so long. We need some mold remover? Damn it, we're encountering some really shitty things on this case. So where should we get some? Most stores are already closed for the night. Let's look around the school. They must have this kind of thing for cleaning. Probably in the bathroom. Though I didn't find any mold remover in the broom closet when I was investigating Hako's case. And searching the entire school would definitely take some time. We better ask someone who's familiar with the school first, or you? Worst case scenario, we'll head all the way back to the Kujo mansion, grab something that'll do it. Okay. Also, if we wind up doing the jump scare with the Departed again, at this point, shouldn't it just be like a Michio Kinikawa's face? Just like flashing the peace signs or something? Like it's just a happy, cheerful thing, but it would still be a jump scare. It's kind of like that one Hololive jump scare. It was like Crony and I can't remember her name. The cute, adorable dog VTuber. She like it's cute and adorable, but it's like still. Yeah, I can't remember her name. Huh? What brought you back? We've encountered a bit of a problem and need your help. I tell her about the mold on the pedestal, and if she asks, ask if she knows where we can find some mold remover. Mold remover? I'm pretty familiar with the school, but I have no idea where they keep that. My apologies. At this rate, I really will have to go back to Kujo Mansion to get mold remover. Why do we have mold remover? Like, how? Why would that be a thing ever like you'd have in your house? Sorry for sticking my nose in, but is there any bleach around that you know of? Bleach? Mold remover and chlorine bleach have similar ingredients. Do you happen to know where the bleach is, Doryu? There should be a bottle in the student council room. I don't exactly remember where it is in the room, though. Okay. We will make a save. Because every time I come back to the infirmary, it's implied that something's going to happen after I leave. According to Doryu, there should be a bottle of bleach here somewhere. Let's get looking for it. No reason to dawdle.
Yoshi.
On the desk, I find a notepad with something written on it. Will the next student meetings be postponed due to recent events concerning the Departed? What will happen to the Clock Tower project? I don't find any useful information. There's nothing inside the trash can, though it smells really musty. There are several printouts on the whiteboard. One of them is about the clock tower. We scoured the scout, but we haven't found anything. Well, maybe it's inside here. I opened the door to find all sorts of miscellaneous stuff crammed inside, from a giant hole puncher and old notes to a certificate of commendation. I guess anything that isn't used often gets shoved into here. Among them is a bottle of liquid bleach. Judging by the weight, there seems to be plenty left. Liquid bleach. I'll double check, maybe the second time I look at it, I'll get it too. Like, you didn't actually read it. Fine. Various items that aren't typically used are stored inside. Despite her meticulous personality, Doryu is probably not good at keeping this place organized. We're going to put bleach on this, and it's going to be the Konami code. Massive statue of Guardian Fox stands here. It's darkened, which gives one of the impression that it's been here for quite some time. Item. Bleach. I opened the bottle of bleach and poured liquid onto the pedestal. Then I wait a bit before using my handkerchief to remove the mold. It doesn't come off completely, but it does a decent enough job that I can actually make out the letters. We should be able to read what's written on the pedestal now. The writing on the pedestal is apparently a poem that seems a bit like a nursery rhyme. Well, it's better than giving me directions through the forest based off of shogi. Let me know in the comments if you know what game I'm referencing. The old writing style and weathering make reading it a more difficult task than I had anticipated, but I managed to copy it into my notebook. Follow the fox's whine? inviting us to the shrine. But the path is blocked by the Serpent Rock. The beast behind the Zodiac shall be the one to open the track. By imitating the serpent with its angry lament. What? What is the meaning of this rhyme? Maybe we can find out if we go to the Fox Forest. Great. Fox Forest is just beyond the gate. The Yoshikawa Shrine, where the departed's wedding is held, is located somewhere in the forest. Alright, Yashiki. We don't know what kind of horrors are waiting for us in here. Hang on to this gun, but be very careful with it. Mashida hands me the paper bag again. Contains suspicious paper bag. It's heavy. Doubt I'll ever get used to this thing. You shouldn't. Let's go. Great. I just made a comment on that. Since we know the identity now, why can't it just be like... just this Michio, but flashing the peace signs? Or all of a sudden she's got an electric guitar and she's playing it. It would still be startling, but it'd also be kind of funny given the context. Relying on the faint light from my flashlight, we tentatively step into the darkness of the forest. Mr. Kokuri is no longer here. However, a more terrifying spirit might have replaced him. As fear and tension build up inside my mind, beads of sweat start running down my cheeks. Hold on. Listen carefully. Do you hear that? Hear a faint moan. It's probably Miss Sakamoto. It doesn't make sense. Why are we hearing that here? Because after all, last time we heard someone say, oh, we need to go somewhere, they tend to go door to the departed. I have a bad feeling about this. Hurry up. Mashi and I rush over to the source of the sound. Now, this is Miss Sakamoto and she's dying. Here's a question. If I had broken sequence and come here before the fox thing, could I have saved her? But then again, that would be a difference, what, an hour? But even then, I probably would have been like, oh, we have no business in the forest yet. We have to find something in there. While I arrive in an open area full of trees. There. I find Sakamoto in a horrible state. Okay. Here's the thing. Given the way your body is coming apart, not only are there bugs destroying you, but your body appears to be turning into a mannequin? With the way it's like breaking apart? Which adds even more link to the idea that, hey, there's more of a connection between the lady in red mannequin and the departed than... But I feel like each one's bound to have their own unique name. So Sakamoto, what's happening to you? You all... Did some insanely big bug chew you up or something? What the heck happened to you? Are you... perhaps... Lord Mushigami? No, I'm her fiancé. Come again, what do you say? It's no use, she's clearly not in her right mind. For fuck's sake, is there even anything we can do for her? Everything that appears to happen seems to be lethal. So unless it's a sort of hallucination curse that can be reversed, I'm pretty sure she's dead. Sakamoto suddenly screams. At that moment, the bugs cling to her, launch an attack. Damn, what are we gonna do, Yashiki? We're in deep shit. We'll keep dealing with this. Suspensive act. Miss Sakamoto has gone Super Saiyan Blue. Well, I think she might be too far gone to save. I hope we can at least do something for her. Whether or not something happens to Sakamoto now is a paranormal phenomenon or a mere hallucination, I assume we save her with the tiny frog. And then maybe she'll be fully healed after that? Because the curse thing? Like the thing where we had the scissors popping out of our arms and shit? Maybe we can return Sakamoto to her senses. Dried up frog. Sakamoto's report. Okay. We have Sakamoto's report. Dried up frog. Like, dried up frog makes sense. It would drive away the insects kind of tormenting her. My other option is shoot her with a gun. Or like, hey, I read your letter that says you hate me. Why? Show, hold toward insects. 97. 74. 97. Okay. Dried up frog, hold toward insects, yes.
よし
I grabbed the dried up frog and thrust it toward the bugs, latched on Sakamoto while yelling Yoshi. Yay! I remember hearing frog drives away bugs or something. This might work. I bring the frog closer to the bugs. When I do that, the bugs pull back as if they're retreating from the frog. Nice. Looks like it's working. But even though the bugs try to avoid the frog, they still don't leave Sakamoto. Successfully intimidated the bugs, but this is still getting us nowhere. Looks like this isn't the right choice? What? Well, I'm pretty sure shooting her in the face with a gun is the wrong choice. What, am I supposed to piss her off with the report badly enough that she's like, what? And then she gets distracted from the bugs and they don't exist anymore? 75. 96.
了解した
Mashida grabs the dreaded frog and shows it to Sakamoto. Yay! Look over here! Mashida holds the frog in front. This frog's got some kind of spiritual energy. Something could happen. Ah! However, Sakamoto's eyes show no sign of recognition or response. However, one of the bugs responds by attacking Mashida. Well, that didn't work very well. These bugs will take us down in no time if this keeps up. We need a different approach. Looks like this isn't the right choice. Well, I think she might be too far gone to say, though. Let's do something. Whether what's happening to Sakamoto is not paranormal or mere hallucination, we can return Sakamoto to her senses. Fire a warning shot, attack the insects. Sakamoto's show, read aloud. Okay.
これでどうだ
Give it a shot. I'll just have to piss her off enough that she can overcome the curse of the bugs. I unfold Sakamoto's report and read it aloud so that she can hear it. Yay! I carefully read the report aloud. Sakamoto isn't responding much, though I can tell that she's listening. Is there still a glimmer of her consciousness left? If so, my voice might still reach her. Remember, Sakamoto? This is the report you wrote. Huh? Is that my... But why is it... Looks like Sakamoto's returned to her senses a little bit. Looks like this is the right choice. You're kidding. Why am I... Sakamoto murmurs, stupefied. Bugs are sticking out of the large holes in her head and chest. If this were a normal situation, those roots would have killed her long ago, so it's more of a curse/hallucination, and she may potentially be saved. However, she's talking. This is probably another instance of the departed's curse. Mr. Yashiki? Her remaining left eye fixes its gaze upon me. I guess she recognizes me. She's well beyond saving at this point, though. Maybe I can still ask some questions. Main Shrine's location. Tell me where the main shrine is. You went there, didn't you? The main shrine? Main shrine is beyond the Serpent Rock. There. Make the bloody red, pure blue. I'm just speechless. Like a puppet whose strings have been cut, Sakamoto collapses on the spot. She stops moving and explodes into bugs. Instantly, insects swarm her body. They begin to devour her before my very eyes. So stop it! I try to kick the insects off her. This is futile. There's no way these bugs can be stopped. Please stop. Stop this. I can't bear to watch someone I knew get consumed by insects bit by bit. In the end, I have to avert my eyes. Could I scare the bugs with a gun? Once the insects finish eating her body, they scattered in the dark forest. Mashida, I expect you to be freaked out by this too. There's not a trace of Sakamoto's remains, bones, or clothes left. So here's the thing, regardless of you being a seasoned veteran of both the paranormal and non-paranormal, this should still freak you out, Mashita. Mashita. Yeah? Why, Sakamoto? Didn't think that teacher tried to railroad you out of the school? Didn't that teacher try to railroad you? The departed doesn't want you to leave. That probably led her to being cursed. Sakamoto was cursed by the departed. That probably explains why she'd gone mad in the middle of her writing her report. Hearing a voice in her head, the way Azumi had, was all because of her hostility toward me. It was because she got mixed up with me. If I wasn't there, then Sakamoto would. Let's pump the brakes on that right now. I'm not a priest, so I'm not here to listen to your pitiful wailing and offer you repentance. But maybe that woman was actually saved. Otherwise, she wouldn't have gained her sanity on the brink of death, and she wouldn't have been able to leave that hint for you either. I recall Sakamoto's last words. The main shrine is beyond the Serpent Rock. There make the bloody red pure blue. I assume it's a blue stone, like maybe lapis lazuli, or heck, even apatite. A-P-A-T-I-T-E. So not appetite like hungry, but apatite. It's a type of obsidian class rock that was considered a gemstone, but many times in the past got mistaken for other types of gemstones. Only got properly identified like how it's made in terms of phosphorus and calcium. But it's basically a type of obsidian rock, but it's blue. But I assume it's somewhat like that, and it's probably covered in mold, which is red. So we have to remove the mushroom stuff with the bleach, and then it'll be blue again. The latter half is a mystery to me, but I've got an idea what she was referring to the first half. Serpent Rock is also right in the Fox pedestal. It's the rock key to the main shrine. Where's the Mushikabi shrine? I'm going to go check any spot that looks suspicious. Yeah? Know your resentment. Okay. Now those outfits do seem very similar. And one was red and one was more like what Departed has. So I assume that girl on the right was the Departed and the one on the left is the spirit that became the red doll. So maybe they're sisters. What was that voice just now? The bridal procession? Hey, you seeing visions again? Yeah. Well, that's a pretty handy way to gather information, seeing as our investigation so far is going nowhere fast. So what did you see? I relayed the details of the scene I saw, and what the voice told me. I see. The description of the old book is right. That sounds like the Departed's wedding. So you're saying I saw the past. The bridal procession went through the forest. I guess they must have been heading to the Mushikabi shrine. Who did the voice belong to, though? Probably a priest? Or the Red Lady? I have no idea, but Know your resentment. Isn't that the type of thing you say during a happy occasion? Isn't the type of thing you say during a... Yeah, I'm confused on this. I knew it. There's something darker behind it. I feel like I'm not going to be happy at whatever it is I find out. But, you know, it's not a happy story. It's a horror story. It's like, oh, today on Death Mark 4, we play with puppies. It's like, anything bad, Gabbit? No, we're just going to play with puppies. We follow the bridal procession ahead to the Lushikabi Shrine, which is located somewhere deep in the forest. Will we finally be able to find out the truth of the departed's wedding? I assume something painful and terrible and fucked up happens. Tiger. Rabbit. Fine, I'll read it. There's an animal carved atop the ladder and it looks like a rabbit to me. I find something glowing inside the firebox of the stone ladder. Intrigued, I peer into the firebox. Inside, clumps of mold are growing, almost looking like moss. It's a strange sight. Black and red mold are intermingled, making it look poisonous. Tuh, is this a vision of hell or something? I spot a small object within. This is what was reflecting the light. Except I need to put my hand into the ominous mounds of mold to pick it up. Do it. I have no choice. I slowly put my hand into the firebox. Slow but carefully, I try to avoid the mold. My fingers ended up touching the mold. It feels muggy, but it's not indescribable. I get goosebumps all over my body. Ugh. Repressing the urge to immediately pull my hand back, I extract said item buried in the mold. I managed to pull it out. It's an eerie tooth. I wipe my hand thoroughly with a handkerchief. Make a mental note to wash both my hands and the handkerchief later. There's an old stone lantern. It's an animal carved atop light. It looks like a dragon. Old stone lantern. Snake! Behind the stones, there seems to be animal tracks leading further in the woods, diverging from the path. Okay. We follow the animal tracks surrounded by overgrown flora once again. I wonder what's waiting for me in this deep, dark forest. That. There's an open area in front of us. Something's there. An eerie voice has been ringing in my ears for quite some time. The further we walk down the path, the louder the chant sound becomes. Does the cause of the spiritual phenomenon lie ahead? Well, that's unsettling. A gigantic rock is sitting in front of the... I did not think that... I thought that was like a giant tent or teepee. Or a gigantic rock is sitting in front of us. A thick, sacred rope is wrapped around... How would you even make a rope like that? Damn. Not resembling a snake head. This might be the serpent rock Sakamoto was talking about. But what do we do now? Rock and serpent, serpent rock. When I think about it, serpent rock was also part of a rhyme written on the Guardian Fox's platform. I open the notebook and check the rhyme. Follow the fox's whine, inviting us to your shrine. But the path is blocked by the serpent rock. The beast behind the zodiac shall be the one to open the track, by imitating the serpent with its angrily lament. Okay. Fox's whine. Okay. So if we go down this path, the beast behind the zodiac shall open the track. Imitating us. I don't... What? Is that a dragon thing? Like angry lament, like fire breath or something? Oh, what that means we have to do something. The main point here is the beast behind the zodiac. Until we can solve the riddle, we have no idea how to proceed. So what animal is the beast? Dragon? Tell Masha the answer I came up with. And... Nah, I don't think so. What would make that beast behind the Zodiac? What do you think then? Hold up, I'm thinking. Yeah? Are you lighting the rope on fire? Oh, okay, he's just smoking. Mosh takes out a cigarette lighter and lights it. He then starts pacing back and forth. This must be what he does when he's thinking hard about something. Okay. He makes me wait until he finishes smoking an entire cigarette. This is just my guess, but I think the beast is the cat. Yeah, why would it be a cat? Oh, come on, remember the 12 zodiac animals? Rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, yeah? According to the myth, when they were deciding on zodiac animals, the cat was late to the meeting, so it didn't get chosen. Oh. You must have heard that story. I have not. Can't say that I have. Well, what about the lament part? Am I supposed to start meowing? Maybe the path will open if we imitate a cat's meow or something? Meow, meow? Meow. Meow. So something like that. I don't know why my throat's getting scratchy. Why a meow? Hell if I know. Human common sense doesn't apply to spirit logic. My next guess, what I would have typed in humans is, you know, come on, Yoshi, give it a try. But fine. That doesn't seem like it accomplished anything at all. I see. So simply imitating a cat isn't enough. Path will open without a cat's meow that sounds like it's imitating an angry snake. Like it's... What? I don't get it. What we need to do is sound off... It's the sound of an angry cat that is trying to imitate a menacing snake. Or intimidate is what you need. Because, you know, cats are supposed to be scared of snakes. Yeah, that's not helping me. I can't even imagine what that would sound like. Masha shrugs his shoulders dejectedly. Like this. Holy shit, man! That was impressive. What? Yashiki! Great. Cursed area that this place is. Why are the mushrooms green? Why am I in Super Mario World? The lost levels. Are we back where we started? The atmosphere here is different though. Spider lilies are blooming prolifically, mushrooms glowing faintly. Everything looks surreal. As far as I can tell, I'm alive, but I feel like I'm lost in the afterlife. Have we perhaps made it to the hidden path, Mushikabi Shrine? What are you spacing out from you? Save all the brain work for later. We won't last long at this rate. Yeah. This area is filled with the curse's power. Where's Source's power? I need to find it and get rid of it immediately. Numerous mushrooms are trunk glowing green. I don't think the root of the curse is here. Better look elsewhere. The guardian fox with flowers in its mouth. It looks like one in the schoolyard. Maybe there are some secrets lying here? Let's take a closer look. Inspect. The guardian fox has a blue spider lily in its mouth. I'm gonna shoot it. Glad we're not dying during this. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Cursed tooth is lying on the floor. Time to destroy the damn thing. Raising my foot, I step on the tooth. The cursed tooth shatters into pieces. Strange, the curse didn't abate. I guess there's one more than one. Fuck, how's that possible? That's gotta mean the tooth you stepped on wasn't the cause of the curse. We gotta find the real cause then. Guardian fox, flowers in mouth, looks like the one in the schoolyard. Inspect. Guardian Fox. Inspect. Did I find a tooth? See trace animal attacks near the bushes besides Guardian Fox. Maybe something ahead. Okay, Fox path. Kinda dying. Kinda concerned. This is bad. What is occurring? I hear the piercing, high-pitched cry of a beast somewhere. Chills run down my body, an ominous sense of terror is racing through my veins. This uncomfortable feeling grows stronger as I explore further down the path. Okay, Red, we're about to die. Guardian Fox Flowers mouth, it looks like the one in the schoolyard. Did I find the cursed tooth? Wait, isn't this isn't a red spot, it's the mushroom thing? This is the blue spider though that's been dyed red using blood. Okay. Don't know how to... Aw, shoot the blood off. Okay, we're gonna die. Another high-pitched cry, tears in the air. Chills roll down my body. Okay, can I leave? No, might be dangerous to continue. I can't run, we're dying. What was I supposed to do there? Mosh the others to run out of spirit. Great, thank you. Thank you. The investigation ended in a failure, everyone's dead. Great. Resume from infirmary. Yes. Is that tooth not there anymore? I already have it. What do you mean? Come on. Don't like having to backtrack and redo things. I didn't want to come here. I'm trying to go to the student council place. It's annoying to having to redo something.
これは
See, I'm trying to do this in a streamlined way, and all I'm doing is just going slower and slower and slower. Hi again. I'm annoyed at having to redo this.
よし。
I went too far, didn't I? Come on, how...
ここ。あら、いらっしゃい。さあ、いってらっしゃい。
No way, Miss Sakamoto is? Did Michio kill her? The old book speaks the truth. Michikawa Shrine, Fox Forest, past weddings out there. Still some truth. Place the departed's birth. Okay. Well, at least this way. I have another sacred item. We're fully healed. And I don't have to redo that shit ever again. Beast in the Rhyme is probably the cat. And they were picking which animals would be... Oh, yeah! I heard that story too. Well, what was about a lament part? Okay. Oh, I can't run at all. Well, I know there's a tooth on the ground. The severe chill and overwhelming pressure instantly vanishes. Is that because the curse is no longer active? What is this place anyway? Mysterious area filled with blue flowers and a rustic-looking tomb in the center. This has to have some important meaning. I'd better inspect it thoroughly.
これは
Blue spider lilies are growing in clumps. Spider lilies are usually red, though there are white and yellow varieties. However, blue spider lilies don't exist naturally. These might be mystical flowers that only bloom on this mysterious hidden path. Bring a single flower. I pluck a spider lily. An old well surrounded by blue spider lilies. Why is it here? I have a bad feeling about this. Be careful if you want to inspect it, Yashiki. Nodding to Mashita, I make up my mind and approach the well. Then I timidly peer inside. There I find a bunch of stones, gravel, that's all. Well, thank goodness, my hunch was wrong. Tch, what a disappointment. 2 headstones with some words carved into them. The etching on one grave has weathered so much that it's basically unreadable, but at least it still has a few letters here and there. The other has scarcely any trace of what's left of it that it ever said in any of it. Maybe the departed was buried here? An eerie voice is rising in my ears again. Know your resentment. Could this voice belong to one of the spirits resting here? Whose graves are they, though? Only we can find out who the owners of these tombs are. Let's investigate. Inspection. My eyes fixed on the tomb. I can barely make out anything due to the faint letters. Maybe I can deduce what's written on the stone if I run my fingers over it and feel for indentations. Trace. Focusing my attention on the tip of the fingers, I attempt to slowly trace the letters. I see. On the left is GR, and the right one is probably N or M. Okay. Pretty sure this is a word. What could it be? This must be groom. I give an answer in my mind. Why? Was that person decapitated? That's fucked up. But what? Did the spirit of the tomb just respond to my answer? The owner of this grave is the spirit of a headless man in a wedding suit. Is this the one buried here? The one of the bridegrooms who died an unnatural death? I mean, there is that thing that the Michio Kinikawa Moshigami's spider mantis centipede god person said about the mantises, where the female mantis eats male mantis's head after. So, I mean, maybe that's got a little bit more to it than... Because, he was decapitated, missing a head. And I got a tooth, it seems. Here's the sound of something small rolling around near the tomb. Yay. Welcome to Walmart. Here. Sir, you can't pay with that. The other gravestone's probably unreadable. I wonder whose grave it is. Probably wife? Well, that's everything here. So... we're going to go back to the infirmary so I can heal a bit. You really are strong, Mr. Yashiki, despite your struggles and terror. You just have the courage to push forward, and I have instant transmission. You need to follow your example as well. The old book speaks this stuff, but aren't okay. Save. Exit. Do we make mention about... Yep, okay. Okay, and we're just gonna try to go all the way. Or I could replace the blood lily with the non-blood lily. Okay, that was correct. Replace the bloodstained spider lily and the fox now with a blue spider lily. Obtain red spider lily. Yay! That alleviated the curse. The malicious spirit phenomenon in this place has subsided. Yay. Well, at least we found it. Today the hidden path to find the grounds of a shrine surrounded by trees. Unlike the shrine on the main path, which was completely gone, crumbling remnants of this shrine remain. Is this the main shrine? The Mushikabi shrine? Okay. Resentment was born in this land. That doesn't sound fun at all. I feel the blood drain my face when I hear that admonishing tone, the same voice I heard at the forest entrance and at the tomb. Will we ever uncover the owner of the voice if we investigate this place? Darkness surrounds the black bushes, back of the bushes. Only the occasional rustling of leaves can be heard. The crumbling shrine remains at the back of the grounds. My ear is itchy. The darkness of the wood makes it apparent that this shrine was built a long time ago. This place really is a Mushikabi shrine. The departed's wedding took place here, right? Yeah. Here, where the Mushigami and Kabigami were enshrined, the chosen bride and groom held a sacred wedding, as they wished for the famine in town to end. You've probably guessed it, Yashiki, but doesn't it seem like the departed is actually the spirit of the bride? They're obsessed with marriage. They must be tied to the wedding ritual. My guess is something happened during the ritual that is the source of her grudge. That makes a lot of sense. That being said, we need to learn what happened in this place. We'll never be able to exterminate the departed unless we learn the truth of what happened in the past and the origin of her resentment. Let's hope there are some clues left. Hope? Don't make me laugh. Here are some words of wisdom for you. Truth is something you should reel in with brute force. When I take a closer look at the ruined shrine, I notice that there's something buried there. Is that a wooden box? Going inside to collect it is a risky proposition. What should I do? Figure out a more cautious approach. Oh, okay. Collect the box. Masha, I'm going to get that wooden box. Seriously? I'll go get it. With your reflexes, you'll be trapped in there if the roof collapses. Mashida steps into the shrine via the gap in the fallen roof. Cautiously avoiding the decaying pillars and floor, he proceeds slowly. Gah! Are you alright, Mashida? Quit making a fuss over nothing. I just hit my hand. Okay. This is the one you wanted, right? Mashida returns with a Polonia box in hand. I don't think I've ever seen that word. He then puts it down on the ground. This is the only thing that stood out to me. Everything else in there is just broken pots and altars. Hurry up and open it, Yashiki. Okay. Is that red ink? Is it red fungus made into a dye? Is it blood? Is it all of the above? Inside the box are a vermilion ink palette and a bundle of paper. While the ink might be old, the container was sealed, so it should still be usable. The paper is yellowing, so it must have been down there for quite a long time. There are some red stains on it as well. These look more like blood than ink, though. Blood-stained papers. Vermilion ink. There's something written on the paper. Read it. I can't read it quickly. It's written in an old script and I can't make it out. We better have Yasuoka do it. The hell? We're just gonna keep me in suspense? How about the stuff on the first three papers? Aren't those names? Fine, I'll read it. Toolbox. Mushigami... Wait, what? The word head is a bit concerning given... Toolbox. Oshigami Groom, head, and Kapigami Groom. So we had two guys get decapitated. Okay. Part mentioning heads is stained with blood, making it difficult to decipher. The heck is that head part? No idea. I'll read the second and third sheets. Brides! Michio Miyamura. It's interesting that the name is similar. And Mikiko Miyamura. So one, they're sisters. So both of these girls are sisters, like we kind of guessed. But the other thing is this. I wonder if they had any descendants from particularly Miyamuras that were related, like cousins and stuff, that maybe Michio was descended from. Ceremony held on year, who knows, Mishikami, priest, Azumi, and 6 others. There are thumbprints next to the 3 names. That's what the vermilion ink must have been used for. Priest's last name is Azumi. Is that just a coincidence? Mio, Miyamura, and Michio. Are they brides for the departed's wedding? This ceremony is the genesis. So were they all just killed? It's like, is it a human sacrifice thing? I don't know. I find human sacrifice a bad thing. Dislike it. I think it shouldn't exist. The ceremony is the genesis of the departed's resentment. One of them might have died a horrible death, or all of them, and become the departed. Which one of them? Know your resentment. With us brides. Okay. Well, we're kind of dying. The departed's ceremony. Remember, this is an important duty. Everything shall go smoothly. Did you just stab somebody in the head with a samurai sword? I have finished with the toolbox. Next step is preparing for the wedding. Pained woman's voice. Gah, no, stop. Big sis, I'm... Well, that's awful and terrible. But I appreciate the voice acting. Did they know they were getting executed? A vision is projected into my mind. What? Several men are holding down the 2 women in a dimly lit room. Okay, just so we're clear, are you forcing them to be bitten to death repeatedly by poisonous insects? Are you stabbing them and inserting... And we have the decapitated heads of their grooms. Here's the thing. How is this even remotely justifiable in any way? Heck, even if we give the benefit of the doubt that, say, doing this legitimately will, cure all famines and diseases, it's still not justifiable to do this to people. I'm not even going to try to ponder what further terrible things that are occurring. Is that person over there missing a fucking arm? Like, even if this gave you the cure to cancer, this is still not justifiable. No part of this is okay. Those men are putting horrifying insects and mold on the bodies of the two women. And in the back, there's a small offering stand with the heads of the two men placed upon it. The women let out pained groans. Keep your makeup on now. This is not okay. The men continue to apply the disgusting makeup in silence. Yeah, this is not acceptable. The one on the left is covered in mold, while the one on the right is riddled with bugs. Their porcelain skin is made filthy. I feel like my response in this situation would be to Sensui this situation. You guys remember Chapter Black in Yu Yu Hakusho? Like, here's the thing. I want to try to be a pacifist sort of person. But I'm just saying, if I happen upon this, every old guy here is getting stabbed. And then I'm going to, like, pace around a little freaked out, be like, oh, what the fuck do I do about the people that are obviously injured in ways that I'm like, I don't know if I can even move these people without causing further harm. It's kind of like one point I was trained on how to be a lifeguard. Because like I said, I was in Boy Scouts when I was younger. I have an Eagle Scout. And I could do things like swim a mile straight or dive down 30 feet. And a lot of that was training on how to rescue people that are drowning. In ways to basically, carry a person who's swimming and you need to assist them by using yourself as a flotation device. And there's also the idea like, hey, what if somebody you think is, they dived and hit their head or hurt their neck or back or spine? You don't want to move their spine too much or else you could kill them trying to rescue them. But of course, you leave them, they're going to drown. So there's a way to have your arms, like your front arm would be across the sternum, down the middle of the ribs, and stabilizing their neck. And then the other arm would be, you'd have your entirety of your arm from your elbow to your wrist going alongside the middle of their back, along their spinal column, also trying to hold their head. And then you're basically doing the, I forget what it's called, like chair picker stroke or something like that, to where it's a sideways type swimming stroke, to where you're using scissor kicks to propel yourself, but, you don't have access to your arms, otherwise you'd be using like a stroke sort of thing, like side stroke. But of course your arms are immobilizing somebody's spinal column. So what you do in this situation is you basically use yourself as a flotation device to keep their head out of the... Because you're basically lining them up. It'd basically be to their left side of their back, sort of nestled into your sternum, so that you can keep them out of the water. Now, granted, upon doing this, what happens is that in between every stroke, in order to keep their head above water, you're having to basically dunk your head under the water. Which then means you have to time your breaths so that you can get air during the times your head is above water. Because you're using yourself as a flotation device for the other person. Which I'll tell you this, even back when I was a teenager, that was extraordinarily exhausting. And honestly, I have no confidence in my ability to do that at all anymore in my current age. Also, I haven't actually gone swimming in like a decade. I take 15 showers a week, but that's not swimming. So I probably don't have any ability when it comes to swimming. I'm just saying, I haven't really brushed up on first aid in a while, but I feel like even at my best, I don't know what I would do. I mean, I imagine the first thing would be called 911 and be like, hey, this is a situation, please send people quickly. And then I imagine my next step would be, well, I could try to remove the bugs and mold, but I'd be concerned about opening wounds causing, profuse bleeding, because I don't know if stuff's affecting arteries. I also would need to try to treat for shock. Maybe give them a little bit of water to drink. Elevate their legs for help blood flow get to the chest and heart and the brain. I could try to make a silly joke, get their mind off of the fucked up thing they went through. I could give them some Tylenol. I imagine they're very uncomfortable and a little bit of pain. So Tylenol or Advil would probably be the only painkiller I'd probably be able to readily find, depending on what's in these guys' medicine cabinets. Anything stronger, I think I'd probably not understand the dosage well enough and could accidentally OD them. So, yeah, not exactly sure what the best way to help in this situation other than just stabbing all of the old guys here. Because none of this is okay. Regardless of what possible reasons they have, this is not justifiable. Ever. One, you are killing people. Two, you are forcing yourselves on people, probably in a sexual way too, which is horrifying. And well, the bugs, the mold, you're causing people pain. They're probably drugged or else they'd be fighting back. But the drugs probably don't kill the pain at all, they probably just are paralytics. Heck, you probably just fed them the hallucinogenic shit, so they really don't know what the fuck's going on, but they're also, it's amplifying sensory data, so that's probably making them even more freaked out. So, yeah, this is not okay. This is not justifiable. There's no justification for this. This is not okay. That's the other thing, like I say, like hell is unjustifiable. Like if a person's really that wicked or evil, then yeah, have them go through some temporary suffering and then just delete them from existence so they'd never hurt anybody ever again. There's no reason to, even the most vile of people, to keep them around just to... And I understand people that have been hurt would definitely be very vengeful. That's up to them then. I'm just saying in general, something like this should not exist on Earth or in any form of reality. This should never exist anywhere in the universe. And whether it's a physical or spiritual dimension, it shouldn't exist. Something like this should never happen, ever, on any part of the world, in any point in history, no matter what the reasoning. There's no justification for this. Even if somehow even if the two women here did some sort of horrible crime, which they didn't, they're innocent. But even if they did, that still doesn't justify this. Nothing justifies this. This is wrong. I would definitely Sensui everyone here. The women scream and contort. Yeah, that's understandable. This is fucked up. This is not okay. However, the men prevent them from escaping. Those aren't men. If you're the kind of person that would do something like this to another human, you're not a human. You're not... This is horrible. Like I said, as much as I, say all the, non-violent stuff, and after all, I don't want to encourage people to be violent, and I don't want to compel anyone out there in the real world to be violent to anyone, even in a vigilante stance. But at the same time, yeah, Chapter Black, Yu Yu Hakusho, I would definitely Sensui everyone here. No matter how much I want to try to be a pacifist, I'm killing everyone. As long as I have the power to do it, I'm doing it. Because this is not okay. If there were a hell, then all these guys deserve to be there. That being said, again, I don't like the idea of a hell because that's the thing. People say, oh, they try to justify hell, like, oh, it's punishment and stuff. Like, here's the thing, though. In this situation, the only reason why these guys, like, no matter what, they should definitely be punished and they should definitely die. But the only reason to keep their souls around to torture in some sort of afterlife is if the people here who are the victims want that. They have a right. They have a right, since they suffered, to then want that vengeance of their souls. Me, though, I still have a right to be pissed off and angry at them and kill them. And also, of course, I want to save people and help people. PSA, Lunar does not condone or condemn violence. But I'm just saying, yeah, I'd kill everyone here. There's no, oh, like, please forgive us. Like, no. No. That's not happening. I'm killing everyone here regardless of what they do or say. And then I'm finding some way to save the women here, even though I'm not sure what I could do. I'm pretty sure brewing them a cup of hot cocoa isn't going to be enough to fix this. Then again, I'm the kind of the person also who's like, yes, I try to be kind and understanding when I talk to people, even if I'm having a disagreement with someone. You know, I'm willing to try to understand the other person's point of view, and I'm willing to be respectful to them and listen to what they have to say if I'm having a debate with somebody. But even then, it's not about trying to force the other person to think the way I do. It's just that, hey, I want to hear what they have to say to understand them, and I want them to hear me and understand me. But that's like stuff like having debates about politics or religion. And even then, it's just people sharing, you know, their thoughts and feelings. There's nothing to debate here. I'd Sensui everybody. There's no justifying this. There's nothing they can say to make it okay. I'm killing them. I'm killing them all. That's how this is going down. This is not okay. I mean, like I said, in general, I'm kind of the person like, you know, I espouse things like, you know, murder, rape, torture, slavery, bodily mutilation, slavery, lobotomization, forcefully drugging people, murder, as, you know, really like some of the greatest evils to ever exist. I mean, honestly, we go to more to the point, I'm a kind of person who espouses, like, I have a fascination with the macabre. I have a fascination with, like, National Geographic, or World War II documentary type stuff, or history of war, or medieval torture. Like, I have a fascination with the macabre, and scary stories, and scary games, and scary movies, and gory movies. But I'm also of the mindset that no one in real life should ever go through such things. It's a weird sort of thing that I'm like, I greatly enjoy horror movies, which horrible things are happening. But I'm absolutely against anyone in real life ever actually going through that stuff. But yeah. People that would do things like human sacrifice, or rape somebody, or lobotomization, or this kind of cruel, sadistic torture, because that's what this is. People like that don't deserve to live. And again, I know that may sound hateful, but I don't fucking care. I don't give a shit. And I'll tell you this, I've never killed anyone in my life. And I hope I never do, because I would feel very, very sad and upset by that. But in the same regard, if I, like, walked into this situation... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people are dying. You see the legs in the background. Everyone responsible for this is dying. And then I'm probably going to make a phone call to 911 being all panicked and probably crying. And then while they'll wait for the paramedics to get here, I'm going to like pace back and forth and like try to figure out, okay, how do I actually help these people? One's covered in mushrooms, mold and shit. The other's covered in giant centipedes and crap. And they appear to be drugged out of their minds. What do I do? Like I said, I assume treat for shock and give them something for pain? And maybe try to talk to them? I mean, I don't know what the hell I would possibly say, but I'd have to do something. I mean, it'd be weird, but it's like, it's okay now. The people hurting you are dead. I brewed some hot cocoa. Here's an Advil. How about I talk to you about the history of Super Mario Brothers? I mean, it's probably not something they're interested in, but it could at least distract them from this, kind of, maybe, I hope. Like, everyone's like, that's not enough. I'm like, I don't know what enough is. Like, I don't think... I mean, there's a good chance I would just sort of sit there after killing the guys and, like, looking at them in pain. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Yeah, there's a chance I could faint. You know, because I would probably be very emotionally upset. Then again, the adrenaline of killing all these people, there's a good chance that'd probably be too much for me, and I'd probably black out from, you know, too high of a heartbeat and blood pressure issue. It's fine if the paramedics come and I'm passed out, they can, like, put an oxygen tank thing on me. Stab me with an EpiPen or something? I don't know. But yeah, this is... And I'll say this, I've never hurt anybody in my life, except in self-defense or in defense of another. That being said, I've definitely never killed anybody in any situation, but... yeah, if it came to this sort of thing, that would change instantly. Granted, I would probably still feel bad afterward. I'd probably require a shit ton of therapy for it, because I would probably be like, really emotionally upset about it, more than I could possibly imagine. But at the same time, none of these guys deserve to live after this. How is this remotely okay? How can any of these people be willing to do this to another human being? And that's another thing I said, like, you know, hell being unjustifiable just because you have to think about what people are actually going through in that thing. And it's more of a demon factory than a demon prison. Because here's the thing, you take even the nicest person and put them through, hell, even something like this, it's going to fucking warp them in terms of personality, even if it's a thing that happens only, of course, a few hours. Let alone imagine the concept of a hell, where someone has an immortal body. Imagine them going through something like this for thousands of years. Wouldn't that completely destroy the psychology of a human being? No matter how kind they are, turning them into basically a demon, a person who is consumed by malevolence. At which point, can they really be blamed at that point? It's not that the person's naturally evil, it's that they were so severely psychologically damaged. I mean, heck, there's people that go through bad things and they don't become bad people, but they suffer a great deal. Like there's many different types of PTSD out there, but especially, I mean, there's paramedics, soldiers, police officers, rescue workers, even doctors and nurses who see enough. I imagine the same might be true of funeral directors or anybody that's exposed to, we're going to call this a high-stress situation a lot. Like, the person's still a good person, but they're in pain. The point is, imagine if you took someone who was put through, like, the stuff that PTSD of real people. And then you imagine if they received no help and you just kept putting them through the shitty situation over and over and over again. Hell, imagine what would happen if, say, you had a paramedic who lived to be thousands of years old, and they were just a paramedic the whole time. Over that course of time, how many people would they see die? I'm just saying that would be very harmful to a human, ability to think or feel correctly, in terms of not in a way that's would, and by correctly I mean, the best way to put it is this. Imagine if somebody who said was a paramedic for 30 years, and you took the emotional mindset of that paramedic after 30 years, and you showed that to who they were before they even did their very first day as being a paramedic. How would they react to themselves? How would the person before the traumatizing situation react to the person after the traumatizing situation? What would be their own opinion of themselves? And that's not saying that person's a bad person. It's an issue of you're dealing with a person who is in a lot of pain, and like I said, the idea is like Hippocratic Oath sort of thing with doctors. Just do no harm, don't prescribe a lethal dose of medication. That you should be trying to do what's in the best interest of the patient. Even if that patient is yourself. Or if it's just how humanity reacts through the history of time. And I'll say this, like, I'm a Christian, I believe very strongly in God and in Jesus. But I'm of the opinion that, in the mindset that no one in this world, nobody, should be punished for who they do or do not believe in. Whether, like, no one should be punished in this world or the next, depending on who they do or do not believe in. I mean, at that point, you're being punished for having an opinion. You're allowed to believe what you choose to believe. Now, obviously, I suggest thinking about it very thoroughly, and of course, I consider it a good thing if a person believes in God and in Jesus. But I don't think a person should be punished in any way if they don't believe. But I do believe everyone should give it a lot of thought. In the same regard, I don't think it's wrong or a sin for anyone to be gay. And I also find hell to be unjustifiable. And in general, I feel like we should have a world where everyone should try their best, for things like war and murder and rape and slavery and torture shouldn't exist. And like I said, I once suggested to a guy called DDR Maniac 007 to let's play a game called Demonophobia. This is a game, it's a Korean game, though he himself added in music, and that was very fitting. It's a very violent game, and honestly I would say that you should at least be 21 years or older before watching or playing the game. It's perhaps the most cursed game ever made, but it makes a very solid point in my opinion. Though, I'm not going to lie, my main draw to the game is my obsession with the macabre. That being said, I feel it's a good case study of, hey, here's a representation of a hell. Because here's the thing. A lot of people just say, oh, people deserve to hell, but it's like, have you really thought about how horrible that would be? Like, at the end of the day, such a thing shouldn't exist. The people that do horrible things like this shouldn't exist either. But there's no reason to, keep them around for eternity and torture them. I imagine, offhand, I would say Hitler doesn't deserve... Even Hitler doesn't deserve to be tortured in hell for eternity. Now, granted, I'm sure there's millions and millions of people who died, back during World War II, both in concentration camps and due to the war itself, who would perhaps very strongly disagree with me, and would probably feel that Hitler deserves, and technically all the guards and people at the fucking concentration camps would also deserve it. Heck, I think, there's Himmler, there's Amon Gepth, and there's Joseph Mengele, and people like that. But I'd say in that situation, whether or not those people would get, my base opinion is, okay, these people are horrible people, their souls should just not exist. If they were alive, they should be killed, and if their souls are alive, they should be Hakai. We have Beerus from Dragon Ball Super show up and Hakai Hitler. just erase him from existence. Whether in the physical or spiritual world, there's no reason for his soul to continue to exist. That being said, if the people who were victimized by all the horrible shit that happened, if they desire a bit of vengeance, and for the person to suffer, then that's their decision. That's something for all of the people, like the ghosts of the Holocaust survivors, or even the Holocaust survivors after they died. Heck, that's a stat I'd be interested in trying to know, is that right now, in late February of 2024, how many Holocaust survivors are still alive? How many World War II veterans are still alive? Because we're talking about something that happened back in the fucking 40s. And keep in mind, they weren't there as babies. The people that were there as soldiers were at least their 20s, or like early 20s. I know some people lied about their age to get in, but even then, assuming that the earliest anybody could be set is to be a 15-year-old. I mean, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 2000s, 2010s. So it's 80, so what? The person would have to at least be in their 90s, but most of them, assuming that just 18, the person would be like pushing 100. I would assume most World War II veterans would be older than the people here. But that's the thing, how many World War II veterans are actually still alive? I mean, like I said, these would have to be people that were at least in their 90s, if not hundreds. But it's just the idea, okay, you watched Demonophobia. After watching the whole game, can you then say it's justifiable at all for anything like that to actually exist? But yeah, I enjoy violent video games. I enjoy horror stories. And I enjoy very macabre art and music. But I don't think any such thing should exist in reality. Other than just, makeup and stuff like Shakespearean plays. Like, the idea of watching a Shakespeare play. Yeah, there's blood and stuff you see, but it's just costume props. Or ketchup. No one's actually getting hurt. It's just everyone doing anime cosplay and terrible acting. But no one's actually getting hurt. I enjoyed, Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. Watching the fight between Obi-Wan and Anakin. But here's the thing, Hayden Christensen didn't actually get lit on fire by lava. Hayden Christensen didn't actually have his limbs cut off. It was just makeup and CGI. It's a good story. Heck, I think Hayden Christensen makes the typical Greek hero. Because here's the thing, most of the Greek stories, the Greek heroes were about people that were capable and amazing people, like Anakin Skywalker was, that people would look up to as heroes. Oftentimes soldiers in wars, or people with special abilities or skills. And they'd be seen as people, same thing with Shakespeare plays, like Macbeth. Macbeth was sort of up and coming and had a future. But then, whether people's fear or insecurity or greed or ambition get the better of them, heck, a lot of the old Greek stories are about pride and hubris, bringing somebody low. And granted, there's many other lessons to it, like Odysseus, the Odyssey. There's many good stories, like when Odysseus tells his son, Telemachus, that there is a time and a place for anger and violence. And I agree with that completely. That perhaps one of the most important lessons a person can learn is understanding when and how it is appropriate to be violent. And of course, this is a gray area because there's so many different circumstances that could be happening. And in general, I'm of the opinion that you should do your best to avoid any confrontation or violent situations, or killing people. But I'm also of the mindset that if I walk into this, I am fucking Shinobu Sensui then. I am killing them all. There's no way I'm walking in to see people doing something this horrible to somebody, and I'm not going to do everything in my power to save them, and to make sure no one else gets treated like that ever again. Because at that point, it's the idea of harm reduction. 1. There are people suffering. I want to save them. 2. There are people that cause harm. If they don't exist, not only will these people stop being harmed, but they also then will not harm other people. Again, all things should be balanced, and of course there's understanding the letter of the law, and I urge people to try to exercise your best judgment. I'm just saying I wouldn't have a best judgment in this situation. I would probably start puking on myself and then start stabbing everyone. Then I would probably cry a bunch and then rock in the corner for a bit, then pace around talking to myself, having an argument with myself. Then I would probably brew them all cups. I'd probably brew these 2 girls some hot cocoa and tell terrible stories about Super Mario Brothers and Master Chief from Halo. While we wait on the paramedics to get here, and I also try to haphazardly figure out how to do first aid on all of the horrible shit occurring. After that, I would probably go to Pizza Hut and get some pizza and some Pepsi as a way of trying to not think about everything. Eat the stress away, I guess. Which is not healthy, but still. It's... I don't remember what we're talking about. I just don't think anything like a hell should exist. But if it does, these guys are the people who deserve to go to it. Just saying, like, Hitler goes to hell or something, that's up to all of the people who suffered because of him. Because if anyone's a right to be vengeful, it's the victims. That being said, like, how... what the fuck's gotta be wrong with these guys to even think this is remotely okay? This is just, But yeah, I enjoy violent video games. But I'm also the mindset that I'm the kind of person I just want to live my life peacefully and never hurt anybody. At the same time, I'd fucking kill everyone here in this situation. If I walked into this, everyone dies. This is not okay. But yeah, I do have a fascination with macabre stories and wars and history. But I like the stories. But I find the idea of anyone actually physically suffering for real, physically or psychologically, not okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna get off this screen because It's kind of bothering me a little bit. This just kind of feels... I don't think depressing is the right word. Nor is disgusted. Like, those are mixed in feelings. I guess the best way to describe this is shock, sort of thing. Like, granted, not as strong as if I was actually there, but again, I wouldn't be able to sit still. I don't know the correct word for this emotion. All I know is it's not a good emotion. It's a very sad one. It's like a mix of despair and just sort of psychotic, breaking sadness, depression, where I just want to sort of not be here. I don't know how to describe it. But this is... Do not struggle, do not scream. Your stamina is essential for the ceremony. Hours, days, weeks from now, we shall paint you with the color of bugs and mold, so you should be suitable brides to the deities. So are they going to be alive that whole time? You're lying. Her voice is mixed with pain and anger. And yet her words don't register with men at all as they continue to smear bugs and mold onto them with expressionless faces. Spend your days covered in bugs and mold, eating bugs and mold. Your organs shall be infused with mold, and the cavities in your bodies shall be filled with insects. How? But, it will be as if you have departed from this world. Lord Mushigami and Kabigami should be delighted to see how beautiful their brides are. This is... Nothing like this should ever exist in the history of the entire human race. Unfortunately, I know it does, because there's tons of stories of different cultures that do this sort of shit. And how is that acceptable? It's fucking wrong. And it's like, oh, that's their culture. I don't fucking give a shit. In general, I'm a non-judgmental person. But in this situation, I'm be judgmental as fuck and say it's fucked up and it should never exist. I don't fucking care if you disagree with that. I don't fucking give a shit. It's not okay. I'm not accepting this. I don't care what your fucking opinion is, whoever you are. No, there's no justifying this. There's no justifying any sort of human torture or sacrifice bullshit. There's no reason to ever... it is unjustifiable to... No, it's not okay. It is not okay to murder innocent people. It is not okay to torture people. It is not okay to rape people. It is not okay to fill them with fucking bugs. Or mold. Or to bodily mutilate people. None of this is okay. At any point of history, no matter your reasoning. I don't give a shit. If you have any sort of oh, it's okay because of... No, fuck you. I don't give a shit. Any justification you have, I don't want to hear it. I don't care. It's not okay. This is never acceptable in any point in history. Any culture, say the Mayan stuff, or carving people's hearts out while they're still alive, or actively they were doing, there's many times in which you'd have tribes that would hunt down other people. Say if they had people that died and their people and they were starting to have low population, they would go raid other tribes for slaves and for breeding purposes. Treating people like fucking cattle. Or a lot of cultures, and heck, many of those situations, the priests would actually actively torture themselves, thinking it would... And it's just no. I'm oh yeah, they did human sacrifice. It's never okay. Human sacrifice is never okay. killing innocent people is never okay. Killing people in expressly painful ways is never okay. There is no justification for it. I don't care if it's somebody's culture, or if it's to stop some sort of famine, if it finds the fucking cure to cancer. It is not acceptable. If your culture wants that, then your culture shouldn't exist. Or you should at least deny that part of the culture and say, okay, that's fucked up and that's shit that happened thousands of years ago. That's no longer acceptable, and the people back then were out of their fucking minds. But this is never okay under any circumstance. And if you think it is, then fuck you. And it's like, yeah, in general I try to be understanding of other people and I want to have discussions with people, but not about something like this. This is, like, there are certain lines on things. This is the line. If you're across this line, you shouldn't exist. Because there is no justification for this. If you think there is, fuck you. We're alive, yet we're rotting. Our porcelain skin turns black as mold. Our hair becomes the color of a silkworm's cocoon. The suffering is the pledge of a happy couple. That's not how that works. This is abusive relationship doesn't even begin to describe that. No, no, no. This isn't the pledge I hoped for. I don't. Are there, guys? Look at her face under all this. It looks like her face is like warping. Not just because the whole red color thing. Oh no, she's just screaming more. I think that's understandable. It's hard to... Everything's red and pulsing and shit. I shall never forget this. Everyone in this village. Even if I die and become the departed. You know, this grudge is understandable. I shall kill you. I shall put a curse upon you. Okay, so I'll say this. In this circumstance, definitely you have every right to get your vengeance on all these fuckers. But what does that have to do with the people alive now? It's been like almost 200 years. Even the people that were babies at that time have died of old age. I still think it would be interesting if you could look back in past and just see, like, what... Like, take Abraham from the Bible. What was his childhood? What did his parents believe? What was, like, his average day? What did he know about God? Even then, same thing about Adam. Adam lived like 900 plus years. And even if you're a person who doesn't believe in the Bible, well then still the question remains. The people who were alive during the eras and time periods I'm mentioning, what did the people back then believe? What did they eat? What was their typical day? How were they raised? What was childhood like? What were their hobbies? Like, what was their beliefs? What did they... Like, here's a good way to put it. When Adam died, even during any point of his life, whether it was... Or as time went on, like even during the time of Noah, like, what did people think happened to them after they died? Like when Abraham was, approaching old age, what did he think was going to happen after he died? I don't know. As my vision starts to blur, I regain my senses. However, my breathing is ragged and my body is trembling uncontrollably. I felt this intense loathing flowing through me, and the vision came in. It's all their fault. Hey, why are you shaking so much? What happened? Mashita, I think I know the origin of the departed's resentment. What did you say? Oh, this is bad. This is bad. The departed. Since when did you get here? I think they've always been here. They were just, like, letting us have our psychedelic vision memory thing. Like an insect, the departed wriggles their way closer. It's like the time when I killed Michio. But why are they here? Does this place really hold meaning for them? My dear husband. Despite the transformation, their nickname for me remains the same, as well as their obsession towards me. The departed. Forcing myself to suppress my fear, I propel words out of my mouth. There's something I want to ask them. You... Are you Michio? But I mean, technically the person who was Michio is dead. Right? So their soul isn't here. I imagine this is the correct answer. Were you killed here? Were you killed here? So you saw. You saw the ugly part of me. Were you Mayomura in your past life? Forget the ugly me. I shall be more beautiful soon. How? For you, dear husband. Okay, can that not involve killing people? Also, killing ghosts. I think that also still counts as murder. I think I made the joke, I mean, not joke, but the question of, like, can a ghost be autistic? Can you torture a ghost? Is that okay? Like, I would still feel like that's just as unacceptable and morally reprehensible as torturing a person. Because they're both people. It's just... At this point, it's just making the debate of whether or not you're hurting flesh or bone or ghost or... Same thing with AI. Like, there's an artificial intelligence. I mean, even though it's, you know, a synthetic life form, that also shouldn't be, you know, tortured. Heck, I'd say if there ever is AI, I mean, as long as it's not malicious, you know, it should continue to exist. You know, if it's malicious, there should be no reason to torture it, just turn it off. Same way if there's a malicious human. But, I mean, if an AI exists, I mean, as long as it's not malicious, then it has a right to live, and a right to have, you know, basically human rights, even if it's not flesh and blood. Can ghosts have human rights? I think they should. What are aliens? Sure. Any other groups? Angels? I think we're kind of stretching the others. Like, we're running out of things that could exist now. Do you still regret what Okay, obviously the answer is yes, but I feel this is something that is more so like a therapy sort of thing. Like, a therapist would ask, you know, a patient this question. Like, the question's obvious, but it's not about getting the answer. It's about the person talking about it and allowing them to emotionally work through something traumatic or something confusing at their own pace that they may have normally, you know, avoided or not really faced. Do you still regret what happened? I can help you dispel it. Cut that shit out, Yashiki. Don't talk with the dead or you'll be dragged to their world. Exclamation points! Thanks, Mashita. For fuck's sake, are you trying to get yourself killed? Get your shit together and prepare yourself, got it? I'll say this. This is understandable, Yashika. You still try to be sympathetic. I mean, heck, I'd be trying to do a similar thing, but I would also be freaking out. But I mean, you know, it's kind of the ending chapter, and especially the DLC of Red Riding Hood in the original game, where Mashita wind up criticizing us that our overly sympathetic and kind nature toward this sort of stuff is partly why I'm kind of, you know, almost dying all the time. And that my luck's not going to last forever. Okay. Well... What? I am the one who should be standing next to my husband. You are a hindrance. Okay. That's bad. Ack! Mashita clutches his chest, so he lets out a painful groan. Are they going after Mashita? Mashita! Fuck! They're really messing with me. The departed harbors hostile feelings toward Mashita. Mashita will be in danger if we confront the departed now. Then again, our opponent for this battle is the departed. There's no way we'll be able to run away from them that easily. If we're going to run away, I need to create an opening. Well, we don't have a lot of HP for this. Nope. Nope. Fire. Shoot. None of these make sense. None of these make any sense. Okay, let's try something. I try opening the lid so I can get the vermilion ink. Yay! Opening the lid, I apply some ink to my lips as if I'm doing my own makeup. Ever since prehistoric times, makeup has always held significance in relation to the gods and the dead, so it might also have significance to the departed. You are in the way. However, the departed shows no interest in my attempt. The makeup becomes hostile, and Mashita, a swarm of insects, bursts out of the departed and assault Mashita. Well, this is very bad. Mashita's in big trouble here. I need to come up with a different plan. Looks like this isn't the right choice. Departed always calling me dear husband, which means they like me, right? Maybe I can use that fact to create an opening and escape by making them feel uneasy. But how do I do that? Make them feel uneasy? I don't know, spirit on my cheek? I try opening the lid so I can get the vermilion ink. Yay! I get the lid open and apply something to my cheeks as if I'm doing my makeup. Ever since okay. You are okay, still not right. However, the departed shows no interest. Oh my okay, crap. Well, this is going badly. Mashita's in big trouble. I need to come up with a plan. Okay. I guess I'll shoot you? Still 65% chance. Seven. Wait. Well, let's hope this is right. Pulling the gun out of the suspicious bag, I try firing at the departed. There's no guarantee the gun will have any effect on the departed. This is kind of iffy, and yay! Pointing the gun at the departed's huge body, I squeeze the trigger. Bullet seems to hit the departed's body. Nice one! They might like me a lot, but maybe that love isn't strong enough to survive an attack? Dear husband. The departed sounds sad, and their breathing becomes unsteady. That seems to have made them feel a bit uneasy. Looks like this is the right choice. Did you do something bad in your past life? Or what? The shithead is clearly head over heels in love with you. I guess they are. What is this bastard trying to be sexy for? Wait, what do you mean? What? In what way? The departed furiously shrieks after hearing Mashida's insult. I'm confused as to... okay. This is... Then they slowly approach us. Well, we're gonna die. The departed can't maintain their composure. That causes the thing hidden behind their huge body, something resembling a face, to become exposed. Damn, well, we managed to get them riled up, but now they're closing in. True, except their target is apparently me. When the time comes, I'll lure them to me. Use that chance to escape. That's madness. If we do that, you will... We need to create an opening to escape. Well, whatever we do, it has to work. Seven. I mean, whatever it is, it has to work this time. Shoot ankle. Can we do it together, Mashida? Fine. I take the gun from the paper bag and we try aiming at the departed's feet. It's the highest success chance I'm gonna get. Yay! We both light up the shots at the departed feet and pull the triggers simultaneously. What? It's two guns. We have two different guns? Bullet seemingly strikes. Good shot. Dear husband. There's a tinge of sadness in the departed's voice. Looks like that rattled them a little bit. You are in the way. But then they shriek in anger, become hostile to... Fuck! Swarm of insects burst out that we're dead. And attack Masha. We're fucked. Well, we barely survived this. Masha is going to be in future if this keeps up. This isn't the right choice. Well, I'm fucked. Well, at least I thought we were going to die instantly there. If possible, I want to try to make the departed feel even more distraught. And I think that means we need to do something that will shock them deeply. Yeah, he'll die if I do that. Well, let's hope this works.
Yosh.
We're not getting another chance. I pull the gun out of the bag and try to take a shot at the departed's face. Okay. We have to hope this works, or else... Yes! Yay! Aiming the gun at the departed's face, I squeeze off a shot. The bullet seems to hit the departed in what appears to be their face. Nice shot! I can't imagine anything that would set someone off more than being hit in the face, especially by their beloved. Arg! Departed is apoplectic. They scream in rage. I don't know what that means. I wanted to make them really distraught, but I think I pissed them off instead. However... But what's happening? Unable to control their emotions, the departed lets out a scream that pierces the sky. They stagger backwards, trying to hide their face. Dear husband. Liar. Liar, 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 liar. God damn it, this nut job sure has some crazy mood swings, huh? Well, I think we managed to provoke them. Looks like this is the right choice. We are both about to die. Our health can't be any lower or we're dead. Alright, this is our chance to run away. Time to go. True, but we should split up to make sure at least one of us gets out of here. But, no time to complain, just do it. I'll cut through the forest, you follow the path. Understood. Before I can even reply, Masha has already run to the woods. woods, avoiding the departed. Can I teleport back to the infirmary? I have 1 hit point. Upon seeing that, departed shrieks in rage. Masha, I hope your cardio is good, man. Chasing after Masha, they disappear into the woods. Masha is probably dead. Okay. Departed and Masha vanished. Sense of hopelessness and loss swelled inside me anew. Again, I was powerless to do anything. Mashita. Fuck. Damn it. Damn it. If I stub my toe, I die. Damn it. I assume it's the doll. This sound and this presence. You are about the same as last time I saw you, actually. Female doll is standing as she always does. Arrived back here near the clock tower. Hurry. Run away. Run away toward the infirmary or run away from the infirmary. It's all over for the school, you, everyone. Attacked by Mushikabi, bitten by them, eaten like us. I assume you're the younger sister. What do you mean, like us? Okay, so the departed was the older sister, and you are the younger sister. Do you remember? That day we were eaten by Mushikabi. We became one. Mushikabi, scary, scary. Wait, what did she just say now? They were bitten by Mushikabi. I mean, there were 2 people there. One on the right became the departed, and the one on the left became you. Don't tell me this doll is. But is it really? None of the intense hatred I felt earlier is coming from this doll. Well, she's more forlorn than angry. Instead, I sense confusion and fear. I'm begging you, please tell me. Who are you? This is concerning. The spell sound is the depart. Oh, fuck. Your eyes. Your eyes did a thing. I assume you're having a really bad headache. You said it became one. Like, obviously you're the younger sister, but did the spirits of the 2 sisters, like Dragon Ball Z Fusion and, well, depressing ghost torture? I don't know, whatever. Female doll screams and disappears. And I recall what she just said. It's all over the school, you everyone. You'll be attacked by Mushikabi, bitten by them, eaten. Sounds really ominous, but what does it mean? Cry the giant things on people's backs. I have a bad feeling about this. Better head back to the infirmary immediately. Damn it. Damn it. I have 1 hit point. Up, and it's red here now too. What? What in the world? Even the lights in the special building have turned red. Is it the same for the infirmary? So, is everyone about okay, guys? Guys, as I feared, the infirmary is also bathed in red light. And the 2 people who I left here are nowhere to be found. Fuck. Doryu, Yasuoko. There's no response. Has the departed come here again? The time the departed left a notice targeting the student council on the desk. And given the previous events, I knew it. There's another notice from them. Okay. The notices the departed send are to test their candidate for a husband. Except they already consider me their real husband. How else do they want to test me now? Okay. What? Dear husband, the day to exchange vows has arrived. I shall be waiting for you under the Oath Bell clock tower. Please come after you count. After that, in the Red Wedding Hall, please call the name of your bride, who is hiding in the school. Your beloved, the departed. Okay. The 2 words 2 and 4 are written upside down? Notice for groom. Exchange of vows, oath bell, ceremony hall. Do these phrases refer to a wedding ceremony? Hello? Ugh, wait, that voice. Yasuoko! I rush over and find Yasuoko lying under the bed. She's unconscious, but she doesn't appear to have sustained any injuries. Hang in there, Yasuoko. Ugh, Yashiki. Are you alright? Yashiki. Yes, more or less. What in the world happened to you? I don't know. I was talking to Doryu, and then suddenly my head started spinning and I just lost consciousness. Where's Doryu? My apologies, I don't know. Well, if you were under the bed and you were unconscious, then I assume Doryu must have stuffed your body under the bed to try to protect you? Perhaps she has been taken by the departed, like I and Sho. Doryu? I have to hurry and look for her, but I'll only be killed if I chase after the departed now. I'll die a pointless death without saving anyone. This will be a battle against the departed, and there's a key to clear their grudge. I'll only stand a chance against them if I can find that key. I need to calm down. I should show Yasuoko the paper bundles I retrieved in the forest that I couldn't read. There might be clues in them. You look like you have many things that you want to talk about. I know you're anxious and impatient now, but can you please just tell me what happened? Bloodstained paper bundles. Say, Yasuoko? Can you decipher these papers for me? I believe this is about the departed's wedding, but it's in an old script. And I'm sure this has something to do with the departed's grudge. Sure. There's not much here, so it shouldn't take long. Wait a spell. I attempt to calm myself down while Yasuoko reads. In the meantime, I'll organize all the information I got in the forest. I might find out the truth about the departed. The departed's wedding. A sacred wedding ceremony that was held in an attempt to end the famine. The brides and grooms were carefully selected based on their intelligence, lineage, personality, and spiritual strength, which is why the chosen ones were thought to be blessed and envied by many. The truth is, those chosen brides and grooms actually believed they'd have a blissful marriage. The 2 chosen brides were Mayuras. They were obviously sisters. On one beautiful night, the gorgeous bridal procession advanced deep into the forest. They were headed toward the Mushikabi shrine. However, the marriage ceremony held at that place was far from the happy occasion they'd wished for. Instead of marrying their grooms, the brides were paired with the deities Mushigami and Kabigami. Before their beheaded grooms, they were prepared for their wedding to the deities. And that preparation included being given a makeover with bugs and mold. Over time, their skins were consumed by insects and mold. To keep them alive, they consumed both insects and mold. And that's how the women who resembled corpses were made worthy of becoming the brides of deities. For a long, long time, they had to suffer with bugs and mold slowly eating away at their bodies. A brutal betrayal for brides who were deceived into thinking they were destined for a happy marriage. Such an incident is cruel, enough to have borne myriad grudges. I'm done reading. As you presume, this was indeed about the departed's wedding. I shall give you a summary. I write down what Yasuko says in my notebook. Okay, it's the names of people again. Okay. Summary. There was a note about the religious oaths and the departed's wedding for the grooms, brides, and priests. Looks like the residents of the town forgot the ceremony procedures, given that it had been 100 years since it was last held. The chief priest of the Mushikabi Shrine secretly wrote this memo for them. During the wedding ceremony in M-Town, the two grooms shall present their brides with red threads and smear lipstick on their teeth? This ceremony is unique to M-Town, where silkworm and safflower flourish. Previous brides have been overjoyed to be proposed to in such a traditional way. However, the departed's wedding is different. Instead of the grooms, Mushigami and Kabigami men from our own town shall present the brides with insects instead of red threads, and smear mold upon them instead of lipstick. This betrothal ceremony shall last for several days. During this time, the brides shall eat bugs and mold to survive. Their bodies shall continue to be consumed by insects and mold until they have turned into the departed. Brides worthy of wedding the deities. Okay, that's fucked up. Yasuko's summary of the paper confirms what I saw in the vision, although I've only learned maybe half of the truth of the situation. That much is enough to make my skin crawl and my stomach retch. Mashita's gone. Where's Mashita, by the way? Why are you alone? About that. I tell her about how the departed targeted Mashita, and they both disappeared. Oh, I see. Because of me, Mashita is... Do not blame yourself. Mashita was simply living life according to his own rules. He shouldn't have any regrets. Maybe he's alive! What rules? To live the life of an officer. Even after he quit, he couldn't run away from his destiny. Mashita is a tenacious man who would do anything to solve a case. Despite that, he never allowed himself to forget his past life as a cop. Those were his rules. Then that means... I get it, Mashita. I'll give it my all and focus on solving this case. That's what you'd want, right? Red light's on special building. Yasuko, when did the red light here turn red? I noticed it as soon as I started to lose consciousness. The departed's curse seems to have enveloped the entire school. This is the worst. We don't know what'll happen. By the way, am I going to see Principal Canoe later? Like, is he dead? Is he still alive? Is he already dead? We don't know what'll happen. But why now? If the cause is the same as last time, perhaps the departed has transformed again? That means, did they consume something again? Was it Mashita? Was it Doryu? Possibly. What did they consume then? Was it the principal? I've said everything I wanted to say to Yasuko. Was it Mary? With that, I have all the keys that I can possibly prepare. I don't know if this will be enough to battle against the departed's enormous resentment. But still. Music change?
どこからか聞こえてくる色なき声耳かすめなくしたものが残した言葉重ね歩く国分の群れ切り裂いて声の行方を追いかける残光の影たどれば暗闇と化し出す信じた選択に裏切られても孤独が選んだ道でなければやがて輝きへと行き先は変わる明日との出会いが姿なき者光となる正しいものすべてが神の手にあるのならどうか教えてほしい過ぎ去った嵐の後の透明な空が描くものを愛しき者たちよ優しき友たちよ今ここにある確かな足跡だけ信じて進むよ
Are you going, Yashiki? Yeah, the departed is calling me. I have to bring an end to this tonight. As much as I want to come along with you, I'm afraid I would only get in your way. My feet have been hurting after I fainted. I'm unable to run in my condition. It's fine, you can stay here. If I fail to come back, please take care of the rest for me. Understood. Do you know where the departed is? It's written in the notice. The clock tower, right below the oath bell. I see. Hear me out, Yashiki. Mashida risked his life for you, as did I, Sho, Daimon, and Hiro. Everyone wanted to help you out. That is what they believed. Faith is a weapon to battle against fear. And that's how they were able to challenge those spirits. You're right. It's thanks to them that I'm here at this critical moment. So Yashiki, you risk your life to pursue these spirits. But what drives you to do it? My motivation? Spare the talk of sense of responsibility or obligation. Tell me what you hope to accomplish by hunting spirits. What made me start chasing spirits? Initially it was because I didn't want to die. 4 months ago I pursued spirits to escape death. I managed to save the souls of those spirits and I survived. That should have been the end of my dealings with spirits, except it wasn't. I continued pursuing them, enduring the fear and putting my life on the line. Why did I do that? I can only think of one answer. I just can't ignore those who have stepped into darkness. Not only those who are targeted by spirits, but the spirits who are bound by their regrets, who also want to be saved. I simply want to do what I can to help them. So you want to save So you want to save everyone. I'm not a saint. I know I can't save everyone. But I want to reach out my hand. As far as I can. To as many as I can. I don't care if that makes me sound like a hypocrite with a martyr complex. You sound like a doctor. Maybe because I'm a spirit doctor. In that case, you should hang on to that hypocrisy, so that everyone, both the living and the dead, can be saved and rest peacefully. Yeah. Take care, Yoshiki. Be sure to return. Okay. I hope everyone had a good day. Bye. I'll make the next part here shortly.